what's up, guys? Hollywood Joe coming back at you. Got a little something new for you this time. Me and my buddy James here,
What's up?
fellow MMA fighter out here in Las Vegas, are going to break down UFC 202, the rematch, Diaz McGregor, Stockton slapping this Irish idiot. I'm sorry. We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a minute. But I figure we're not going to break down every fight, but more the ones that we're interested in or that seem to be more important on this card. So with that, I guess we'll jump to see what's on the prelims. First off, what do we got here? We got, what is this? Magny and Larkin are opening? Are they the first fight of the night?
No, I think first fight is Yuta and Vittori.
Yeah. Uda and Vittori. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan. Well, not a big fan, but I don't know these guys. I've never seen them fight. I know Uda lost to Cody Covington his first UFC fight. Okay. He was knocked out, but I didn't see it, so...
Yep, we're going to skip that one here. This one right here, another one, Cody Covington, like you just said.
He's coming off a win. He's a beast. His striking's good. He's got a ton of power. I don't know who Max Griffin is, so...
Yeah, I think he's a replacement possibly, or maybe just sent them a picture. But yeah, there's so many fighters now and so many cards. It's hard to keep up with every guy and just be able to come up with stats off the top of your head unless you're Joe Rogan. So.
I think Dana White said there's over 500 guys on the roster.
That's insane.
That is insane. A lot of fighters.
They should have 501, but what are you going to do? All right, but one that I am interested in is number 7, Neil Magny, facing Lorenz Larkin. Lorenz coming out of California and Team Millennia. I like Lorenz in this fight. I think that he'll be able to drop Magny, possibly put him away pretty quick in the first round, and if not, it might turn into a real grinder.
I mean, Magny, he's got cardio for days. The guy's not going to get tired.
Yeah.
You really got to put it on him. He's going to be a lot of movement. He's going to run. It's going to look like he's running. And like I said earlier, Lorenz Larkin has some of the best striking in MMA that I've seen. He does a lot of stuff you're not used to. He's very, very creative. I'd say he's a top 10 striker, just striking in MMA. And I think Lorenz can put him out at TKO in the third round.
I'm giving him that towards the end of the fight. See, I'm hoping what I see with these two is either Lorenz gets it done in the first, uses that power, puts one on the button, or Magny's going to grind him out.
Magny's a grinder. I mean, he's got a real good jab, but again, I don't see Lorenz being bothered by it. And his leg kicks are going to really come into effect in this fight, I think.
All right, well, I'm taking Larkin. Here we go. And then, so that takes care of the early prelims. And then for the FS1 prelims, we have Courtney Casey. She's one of the more well-known female fighters in the UFC, taking on, what is that, Randa Marcos?
Yeah, Marcos was on The Ultimate Fighter. She was, I think it was Rousey versus Tate.
Okay.
She's got some good wrestling, real good grappler, and I think she beats Casey. I think she grinds it out, and I think she beats her in a decision.
All right, yeah, so we got that 5-3 Casey and 6-4 Marcos. It seems like a pretty even matchup. Subs and decision, or subs ratio about the same, but Courtney Casey is putting hands on chicks, and that's something that a lot of women. It's either you can or you can't handle in the female division is getting punched in the face. And
females are getting better with their striking. And, I mean, obviously you still have Joanna Jurecic. I still can't say her name. She's one of the best strikers in MMA.
Slightly terrifying for a 115-pound girl.
Dude, she would wreck a ton of dudes.
Right? Seriously.
But the girls behind her, the top fighters in the women's divisions is like a Holly Holm, a Valentina or Valentina. Those girls have good striking, but behind that, you get a lot of girls that strike like Ronda Rousey, where they're shadow boxing into their own shoulder. It looks like crap. So I do think Marcos grinds her out. The grappling in MMA for women is a lot higher than it is for the striking at this point.
Okay, yeah, I really think that's going to be the deciding factor in this is Courtney Casey punching her right in the mouth.
I mean, if it happens, it happens. I can see it happening.
That's my favorite part of the women's fights. I really don't want to watch them grapple. If these women want to come to bang, if they want to fight, they should come to bang and really put on a show to separate themselves.
So you're saying you don't want to watch two women roll on the ground?
I would much rather be a part of something like that, refereeing a cello match or something. But I don't know. That's something that I really can't get behind is marketing the female fighters. They're as like sex symbols or something of that nature. That somewhat bothers me because it takes the focus off of what we are doing.
I agree, but that's what our society is about. It really is. If every other sport, every commercial you watch, it's sex appeal.
I don't want to say Ronda Rousey's a 6.5 at best. She's not a beautiful woman. Like
she's nowhere near
sad.
a 5.
Yeah, like what is the little girl Paige Van Zandt? She looks like a Mogwai. She looks like a Gizmo. Like
she's much better than Rousey.
But they're marketing these chicks, Felice Herring, and like they're 9s and 10s, and that's just not the case. And everybody keeps perpetuating it. Stop. They want to be fighters. They don't want to be models. And if they want to be models, they can take that shit to a Dove commercial.
Felice Herring. Just to get on her, she's terrible. She looks like Tarzan, fights like Jane.
Exactly. All right, moving on. That was outstanding. I like that one. After that, we have the team versus team, McGregor versus Diaz. This is Artem Lobov versus Chris Avila. Chris Avila's, of course, with Stockton 209. And he's coming over from Ireland.
I think Artem sucks. I mean, he's got a ton of power, but he throws it so carelessly. And
he fights like a Russian.
I guess, but coming from McGregor's pretty technical if you watch him. He really thinks of what he does before he throws things. This guy has no thought pattern. And that's why his record is 13-10.
Yeah. I think what it's going to come down to is just the experience factor. Avila's a young kid. I mean, and if you look at it, he's getting pretty good win percentage with his TKOs, but that's on the lower shows. That's not.
He is smaller than Artem, I would say. He's probably taller. I don't know, what does it say right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely taller, but build-wise, he's definitely thinner and probably not as strong, but. From what I've seen of him in the little video that I've seen of him, he fights like a Diaz brother. He comes forward, he throws a ton of punches, and overwhelms you. And
all right.
I think he comes out with the win. Decision.
Well, we're splitting this one. I think Lobov overwhelms Avila mid-second round or so. I think he'll fade, and it'll be TKO stoppage by punches.
He definitely has the power for it.
Yeah, so that's what I see happening. Then after that, we're going to go back to the women's division. Raquel Pennington versus Elizabeth Phillips. I've actually never even seen Phillips fight before.
Me either. And Pennington has a ton of experience. Not for women, she's been in a lot of fights, been in a lot of wars. She's skilled. Like, even when I watched her on Ultimate Fighter, I thought she was skilled, but her record is 7-5, 7-6. She doesn't fight up to her potential at all times, but I do think she comes out and beats Elizabeth Phillips. I don't know.
I'm just going to look at these numbers here, and I'm going to say that this Elizabeth Phillips girl finished hers in the first round by punches.
She finishes Raquel.
Finishes Pennington in the first round by punches. I'm just looking at their numbers, the knockouts to decisions ratios here, and the size. I mean, she's a thick little tree stump looking female. Catch her with one overhand, she might take a nap.
She just looks like she's sticking her stomach out there.
Yeah, so I don't know, but again, we don't know too much about these two female fighters. There's a lot of new and up-and-coming fighters, so it's hard to keep up with everyone.
Pennington by second round TKO.
Second round TKO. See, I'm going the other direction. And then for finishing off the undercard FS1 prelims, we have Gawke versus Garbrandt. Cody, no love, stupidest fucking name in the UFC. He's a goddamn midget, and he wants to act like some crazy tough guy with all these tattoos, a neck tattoo and all that. He's like 5'5", 5'6", and I don't see him overpowering Gawke like he overpowers a lot of the other guys.
Gawke's been fighting high level for a very, very long time.
Yeah.
But I think Cody puts him out in the second round. I think he hits him with an uppercut hook combo, and I think hurts him. I mean, I don't think Cody No Love is as good as everyone thinks he is, but he does have power and he packs a nasty punch. I think he puts Mizugaki out.
You know what? I think Mizugaki's smart enough to know that he comes with the basic alpha male style. Nothing different than what Mendez is going to bring. The exact same fighter at, I guess, a lower level, you know. So I think Mizugaki is going to play it safe for 3 rounds and take this fight by a decision, dragging him into deep water, making him tired for really the first time.
That's going to be very interesting. I mean, if he can't finish Mizugaki early, it's going to be up in the air. We've never seen him go past.
Yeah.
Has he gone past the first round?
I've never seen him get out of the first round because he's overpowering these guys.
I've seen Cody No Love get knocked out in amateurs, though. I've seen him get knocked out, so he doesn't have this magical chin that people think he does, too. I've seen him get put to sleep in a fight he was supposed to knock the dude out.
Yeah, and so let's not look back at Mizugaki's last showing with the greatest 135-pounder on the planet at the moment. I mean, that's not really very telling of what he's going to bring when he fought Cruz.
Cruz is a freak, dude.
That's the next level pound for pound type shit.
Exactly.
But you know what? I kind of hope Garbrandt steamrolls Mizugaki, so then we can watch Cruz destroy Garbrandt.
He's trying to talk himself into a fight.
He is. He's gonna receive what he's asking for.
The girls, I guess, the girls like him and his white trash neck tattoo.
His neck tattoo. It just bothers me. Like the stupid name, No Love. Like he's trying to. It's just ridiculous. Like seriously, like, who gave him that name? He had to have given it to himself. There's no way nobody's buddy's like, yo, we should call you No Love Garbrandt. That would be such a...
No love when you punch him in the face.
No love overhands. Like, no.
No love bombs.
Yeah, see, he's trying to hype himself up to be some other shit that he's not. He's
a good fighter. He's not the level of T.J. Dillashaw, Uriah Faber,
or even
Dominic
Mendez.
Cruz. Well, Mendez is 45.
What's that?
Mendez is 45.
Yeah, 35, 45, 25. They're all about the same to me.
Team midgets.
Yeah, they are. I mean, I'm a 35, 45er, and I've got 5 inches on this guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Without me trying to kill myself cutting weight. So it's, I think now that he's stepping up into the really ranked guys, he's going to find out shit's a little different than he thought.
Well, exactly. There's levels to this shit. That's what I was told at a young age. You know?
Right, yeah. There
really is levels.
There's very different levels. When you step up from being outside of the top 10 to fighting a guy that's been in the top 10 for 5 years.
And, I mean, there's guys that he hasn't even seen yet, I'm sure, that no one knows of because they don't have neck tattoos that are going to beat him.
Oh, yeah. A lot of these guys in the UFC. And that's one of the problems with the UFC. We were talking about the Fighters Union. There's too many guys. There's too many guys that are willing to step up and do somewhat the same thing that these guys are going to do, not bring anything spectacular. So you get a guy like this that runs his mouth a little bit, has a catchy little neck tattoo game, and immediately he becomes a star.
I don't want people to think I'm against neck tattoos, but my boy has a neck tattoo. He actually was training with Cody No Love for this fight.
That's funny.
Jay Schaap, shout out.
Oh, yeah. Shout out to the Schaap brothers, man.
I just don't like Cody No Love's neck tattoo.
I just don't like his persona at all.
Exactly.
It's just him as a sports figure isn't what I'm looking for.
No.
All of this.
All of that.
Just all of this, just dumb shit. Him and Connor when they're 45 and their neck's all fucking wrinkly and shit, they're going to be regretting those crown tattoos.
Yeah.
I'm going with Mizugaki, dragging him into the third round, possibly submitting him or pounding him out in the third.
After all the nice things I said about Cody No Love, I'm going to go with him on second round TKO.
All right, and so with that, we're going to jump. We're going to jump to actually a part 2 on this video. So, yep, that's the undercard. We're going to jump to this. We're going to jump to part 2. Go with the main card. And really break down this McGregor Diaz fight. So, stay tuned.